Wow. Indonesian champions in 2023 trying to go back and win in the semifinal. Aurora trying to prove that they deserve to be on the main stage. It's one game away that decides it. A best of 5 turned into a best of 1. Aurora Gaming versus Onic. Turkey versus Indonesia. Let's send it back over to our casters, Gideon and Naisu, for game 5 at MSC.
Two teams walked into this arena at the Esports World Cup thinking that they could make some life-changing money. Now they put it all on the line as both teams have pushed it to match point. A single mistake, a single good play could be the difference between a lot of cash here. But now let's jump right into this game as the Land of Dawn has already blessed us with a beautiful series.
And even this draft, Gideon, for game 5 brings us, I feel like, back to the fundamentals, you know, for the most part. Even if you look at Aurora Gaming lineup, our panel talked about it, there's no more things surprising yourself in the draft. It's pretty standard. There's only so much that the coaching staff can do. It comes down to the execution. Onic on the same foot, pick up some of their best heroes across the lanes here. Again, to see potentially Kairi on this Fanny and Kairi having the Harith here, there's something that can be said for the movements, the way they move around the map alone can set things in pace.
Let's set the stage here, because so far, Aurora, you can tell, that top side is definitely going to be their strong side. Lunar playing a much better game this time around, not having to deal with the Esmeralda, but against the Barats, it's going to be a lot easier to kind of outmaneuver and control this lane better, especially since it's a no-go lane. Nobody's going to die here. There's nothing to worry about. But on the bottom side is where it gets interesting. And I was wondering in the draft whether or not, you know, this Cho was going to be the difference maker.
Yeah.
Both sides had to take Purify in this case, so it's a general neutral lane. But knowing Sigibum, he's played this matchup against the Harith many, many times before in the previous year.
We can see this pressure already on these green camps of Kairi. Pagu takes some shots here. Quarter of the health, he's gonna have to get on out of there. This is one of the difficult things for Pagu to deal with. You know, when asked the question, who's the best target for those kicks? Who's the best person to go for? And it's honestly, it's Kairi, but as mobile as a Fanny is, that's a tough task to take here. First turtle up for grabs. Onic's gonna start it up. Lunar kind of gives that information, but Tienzi's not anywhere near it. So first objective, turtle, going on it.
They're just uninterested. There's just no reason to fight for it as of right now. Not until they have that kick to start developing a dedicated lead. Now, Onic recognized this, right? Sans immediately takes the way of the dragon on their side in case they could find a moment to snowball this even further. The mid duos have been doing really, really well and have adapted a lot throughout the matches. Now they're going to go down towards their insurance policy. Carol getting a really good freeze here onto Sigibum. And this is where it starts to get dangerous, right? If Sigibum unfortunately uses his BMI too early, there's a chance he gets run down by Kelra with his Zaman Force.
It's almost to be on the other side. Loop using the flicker. Daytona's welcome into the wall. There's the follow through. Nice kick from Sans into the turret. First blood for Kairi. They find 2. Now they're looking for a 3rd. Luna trying to get away here. He's got a sliver of health. Jump back in. There's the counter punch. Taking out Kairi and Pagu with the G-Kundo. Will be able to get away. No follow-through damage. It's a trade. The 2 for 2.
God, that was hot. Pagu, what a, wow. Let's look at this one more time, because again, the play coming in from Sans was good, right? He flickers on over to guarantee the kick to the right side, but that 3rd hit of G-Kundo, breaking it up at just the right time, allowing Lunar to survive this, and also using his Purify. He probably should have used it slightly earlier, but it doesn't matter. He got the damage off of his shield, and even for Onic's side, they don't mind this trade at the end of the day. So what if Lunar gets it? We'll eventually be able to deal with it later down the line. So for now, those who found the kills have the money to go even further. Tienzi and as well as Kairi dead even right now, but only a slight lead, 1 level lead for Tienzi.
I wonder how many times Sans will try to replicate that, you know, take the kick, take that way of the dragon from Pagu, utilize the kick himself, or does he take something else? You know, between Rose's ultimate, that Thundering Wrath can be beneficial too. So Sans will have his work cut out from him, but like we just saw, pretty good here. Skypiercer now picked up for Tienzi, the 2nd turtle coming through.
All right, Tienzi has to play for cleanup here. They can initiate, walk back, wait for a little bit, and then clean up later. Kairi, he's got the Heptaseas already ready to go, and he wants to make sure that when he gets on top of a target, that target dies straight away. So now you can see that at least from between Onic and as well as Aurora, they're constantly trading. They're constantly trading the HP.
Okay, again, Way the Dragon held on by Sans. There's the Daytona's welcome. You go right on the mark. Kairi coming through. Consecration already going to be used. Quarter the health on the turtle. TNZ will secure it. Fight breaks out. Blazing duet, not enough. Keyboy will fall, and then another trade. Kelra has some space to work with. A whole lot of battle spells used up as well. And TNZ will get away with the iframes here on that Hirara.
He's dancing around here. Kelra playing a dangerous game. You can tell by that positioning. Unfortunately, the Zaman Force might not be enough there. Onic now trying to set something up. They want to see Sigabum, but they don't notice him just yet. He's hiding in the bush, and the denial of information has caused Onic to give up on the dive.
Okay, they're going to get forced out of there. They wanted to make a play, but luckily Sigabum has that protection. Pagu, there's the kick right on cue. Purify's still available. Now it's a pop. Kairi joined the fight, swinging on through, gets stunned, Thunder and Wrath down. Pagu trying to get away, burns the flicker. He will survive. Neither team falling in the exchange bottom.
You can tell how antsy both sides are. Sigabum luckily doesn't get his recall canceled, but that will mean that bottom tier 1 is under threat. They are willing to trade topside, but at least from Kairi's POV, easily is able to dodge out of the right ability. Sans, does he get the turret? Oh, it's almost. One auto attack. It's as good as gone.
Yeah. Take a little bit longer to take that one down, but pretty much Onic just trying to find what they can across the map here. It's really neck and neck in Game 5 so far, Gideon. Again, this is exactly how you want this series to pan out here. Neither team really pulling the switch just yet. Pedal to the metal, but right now it's going to be a tier 1 that falls on our side. Whoa, oh, already some pressure there. Rosa burning the flicker to survive. Actually, Sans burning his flicker, and now trying to secure that purple buff. They do just that. Pagu forcing himself out of side of the jungle. So this is just a battle for buffs and just tier 1s.
And you know that Hirara generally has a bit of an advantage in these moments, especially with slight leads on their sides. Best part yet, the iframes making it even harder, especially since you can control the timing of when you decide to drop down that fallen maple. In the meantime, though, as we can see Aurora alongside with Onic contesting for the space at this point. The main contestant is having control over this mid lane. If we see TNZ make a mistake here, luckily he doesn't walk into the lane, goes for the Lethal Wanderer instead and lets Sigabum actually absorb this wave. Onic miss out that opportunity.
Okay, waiting patiently here too. Last turtle of the game. 1 for 1 across both sides for this objective. Onic will play it a little bit slow. Keyboy waiting, he's got a flicker available. Conceal going to be used. He's going to force the fight for this third turtle anyway. They get stunned in their tracks. Kairi jumping through, takes the turtle away. Daytona's welcome. Into the wall he goes, and Rosa's gone. Now Pagu, nowhere to run either as he's collapsed down by Onic. They got the objective and the kills.
That was a hot play coming in from Onic. It felt calculated beginning to end. The timing of Keyboy utilizing his Wrath of the Dry. It's not to mention just an amazing flicker Detona's welcome right onto Rose's face. Nothing they could do at that point. They reached, they grabbed, and they caught the ball out of the air from Aurora. Let's look at this replay one more time, because as Kairi makes this play, it catches afterwards, but it catches just enough. With Rosa already down and TNZ having no combo points to actually go into his iframes, literally nothing you could do there.
And that's the thing too, the fact that it's broken walls and you have this Fanny, you can utilize a little extra opening on these turtle pits or eventually the Lord pits, something that you can do here. So Kairi can kind of just swing on through into those fights, following through the Rapid Drive. They're going to do it again onto the tier 2, already forcing the fight, and Sigabum is gone! Where did he go? And Lunar to follow. A double for Kairi. And now TNZ waiting for the rest. Rather Drive, plus the taunt, loads him up! Triple kill for Kairi! Making a possible maniac on the Fanny!
Woo! A statement being made by Onic right now as they're looking to crack open. Bottom side tier 2, and they've evened out this score. 3.2k lead in their hands. Things are getting extremely dangerous for Aurora. Sigabum, he's got to be careful here. That BMI is literally his only lifeline. Just watch, as soon as the BMI drops, you see that Kelra said, hell no, we dive in this. We're sending the goon squad to take him out.
And they line this up so well for the whole team, but for Kairi just to make those plays again on this Fanny. How do you keep track of them? I mean, we've asked the question all darn MSC. How do you keep track of Aurora? Well, when you put the Fanny in the hands of someone like Kairi or any of these specialists, this is what you have to deal with too. It feels like its own iframes.
It's tough. It's really tough. Kairi has been playing a really strong game here. Those cables have been ultra accurate at dodging some key abilities from the side of Aurora. Even Lunar, I think he can't be that frontline that they're hoping that he can be right now. He hasn't won his lane hard enough. And with the 8 extra assists, well, technically 5 extra assists that Lutfi has been able to gain for himself and to chastise Waldron, he is so thick. Luckily, Lunar is able to get one of his own.
This Lord is being started up here, holding it at half health. Onic with a clear lead. They have control of this. They might be able to just go ahead and secure this. It looks like they are going to do just that as TNZ is up top. They have the information, and Onic will play around now with this first Lord secured.
Mitrio has been playing a phenomenal game here for the side of Onic. And unfortunately, for the side of Aurora, they've missed their window to develop their snowball even further. With the Maniac being given over to Onic's side, resetting them from all that early game pressure that they were applying. Now they have to hope that Sigaboom gets the right items at the right time here, because TNZ can only do so much. He's so close to finishing the Golden Staff.
So close here. Lord slowly approaching that bottom side. Again, with this kind of lead, Sigaboom just needs more time. He just doesn't have enough firepower here. And if they take out Rosa, so much damage of this profile for Aurora Gaming is expended. And they slowly walk this one in. This Lord coming down to this bottom side. Keyboy popping the conceal, looking for a potential flicker play. Lord's going to go ahead and charge into the base turret. They already pop off some damage, trying to keep them at bay, and Lunar has to disengage. They just want to clear out this Lord. They want to hold on to these base turrets. Kelra jumping in with his Almond Force, pushing him off the turret just to secure it. And now Onic will go ahead and call it off. They look for more base turrets. Up top, Kairi, TNZ holding it in bay. They hold on to 2 base turrets for now.
Onic right now just aren't falling for any of the typical tricks. They're going to lose another shielding here. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Onic have set this up for a final push with the next Lord. If they can... wait, do they have the ults? They do!
Charge in. Loopy jumping in, and they still the Wrath of Dry. They're going to force the fight anyway. Loopy gone, and Sigaboom too. Kairi still going. They're cut off from each other. Pagu trying to get away. Kelra, a couple shots, still has the shield. They're so low, though. Aurora Gaming might want to punish. They're still following through. TNZ has mobility, but they will rely on the conceal to get away.
And Sans, he's ready to intercept every single time. Onic, they are well connected right now. And Aurora, they've tried a couple of feints here. Yep. They've tried a couple of motions where Pagu is trying to bait a reaction out of Onic, but they're just not flinching anymore. And I think that confidence is starting to build up. It's surmounting to some real damage in Kelra. He's not dropping the ball. Same goes for Sans.
Look at the disparity of damage dealt by the key members here of Aurora Gaming. TNZ there at the bottom, Sigaboom there at the bottom, and look at the difference for Onic. Such a big difference in terms of damage, and that's just because of how these team fights have played out. Onic has all the room to work with, especially for Kelra, provided by this team that Sigaboom has just been trying to catch up. And we know this, Gideon, when you are delayed this much on that power spike for the Claude, it's really tough to get back into the zone of this one.
It is hard, but at the same time, they've got some decent wave clear on their end between TNZ, Sigaboom, and as well as Rosa. They should be the ones who are proactively trying to work together to clean these lanes, while Pagu and Lunar needs to delay lanes. On the opposite end, Onic, very happy to be in this position, you know? They still have access to those steel cables, and Kairi can do whatever he wants. Go to top side, set up the wave, reset the Lord again. They can do this all day, all night.
They gotta clear out that bottom wave here. They do just that. Half health on this Lord. Onic has control. Looking to see if they can bait something from Aurora Gaming. Doesn't happen, so objective secured. We'll have to see Aurora Gaming's lineup if they can defend once again. Already losing 1 base turn on the last push. They maintain 2. Are they in a position to withstand another push in?
Aurora decided not to. So now that they decided to, you know what? We're going to let the Gulor come in. There's a pretty good chance that they lose all their inhibitor turrets. And that's a dangerous decision to make, because all of this is so that they can get to the 42K mark where they have an option to maybe try and get a good team fight down to turn the tides. But I don't know how they're going to get neutral objectives. And until we see a full wipeout on Onic's end, I don't think Aurora necessarily can push through just yet.
Keyboy walking in on that bottom side here. Lord already in the base. Still has a flicker available. The Lord's actually going to go down very quickly from Aurora Gaming, so they maintain it. They still have some waves pushing in. Onic might look to take down one base turret, this mid lane, as Kelra jumps forward. Already, Rocket's gonna force the flicker route now. They're trapped under the turret anyway. Rosa's gone again, and Pagu trying to buy the time off the kick. Kairi might chase him down. The rest of the team's gonna force the fight in the base. Kairi joining them now. Sigiboom with the blazing duet to clear out the lanes. They just want to stay in the game, but Kairi keeps them together, and now they'll disengage. They still have this wave, but Onic's too low.
Oh my goodness, the item swap right at the very end there. Sigiboom, holy cow. Holy cow. That was a dangerous moment. If it wasn't for that Rose goal, he would have died to the cutthroat coming in from Kairi. They are out to get him.
Yeah.
The checkbox is simple. Wait for the stun to come out of Rosa. Once Tianzi is down to only one combo point, then it becomes very easy to get on top of Sigiboom, especially since so many times he walks up to try and dish out damage to specifically Lutpian as well as Keyboy. I think that's where you see a lot of the vision starts to narrow down. He's got to open the mind back up here. He's got to look for different angles. His main concern really is going to be Kelra and Kairi. Once those go down, there's a good opportunity that Aurora can win the fight afterwards. Win a crown purchase from Kelra to make a play of his own here, but I'm trying to figure it out. Can Rosa actually find a good opportunity to stun someone? Because Kairi never shows.
That's such a tall task here for Aurora Gaming. Playing on the back foot the past 10+ minutes, or essentially this whole game. They're looking for a way to potentially turn this over in their favor, but there's just so much they have to do. They're gonna go ahead and scout out. I think the main point of contention is, do they actually try to contest this Lord when it comes up? You know, it's not gonna be evolved just yet unless for some reason Onic delays it enough to go ahead and go through that, and I fear that if it is an evolved Lord, it's gonna be tough. But look at this pressure already up top. Immortality swapped in by TNC. Rapid Dryad used as well.
Wait.
So an attempt here, but now Onic, what do they want to do?
Look at the coverage. Look at the coverage for Lutpi as well as Sans. Beautiful push and pull here. Tianzi able to bait out the Wrath of the Dryads, and honestly, Onic, they don't mind. They're like, okay, sure, no Wrath of the Dryads. We want you to come to us, actually. We want you to come just when Wrath of the Dryads is about roughly 8 seconds, maybe even 12 seconds, and then we're gonna dance. We're gonna keep on dancing, because unfortunately for you, super minions are always gonna be knocking on your door, and we like to keep the porch clean.
And they got a Fanny. They can play the long lane if he wants to, right? Kairi can go ahead, put pressure there if he needs to, but he's going to wait for this purple buff to be up. They know this Lord is up. They can delay it a little bit further if they want to. Aurora Gaming looks to go ahead and try to get in position here. I'm not sure if this is exactly what they want to do, but it just might be one last-ditch effort if they can. TNZ swinging around. Onic knows it. Oh, the flicker forward. TNZ making his way to this fight. Can he turn it around? Pagu with the kick. It's on Kairi. Immortality are going to be bopped. Kairi's going to get out there. TNZ also trying to buy space, but Pagu falls, and now it's all falling apart. Winner crown with the blazing duet from Sigiboom, but it's not enough. Kelra gets a double. Aurora, they still have TNZ up, but Lunar on the disengage. This fight might just be over. Kairi joining the fight, cabling on through. He has what he needs. He's going for TNZ. He's got the immortality till he doesn't. And now Onic will clean it up. And Lunar can't do anything. Onic will move on forward with the hope of Indonesia as they douse out the lights of Aurora Gaming.
One hell of a game. And Onic, no disappointed smiles. Everybody knew that this was going to be one hell of a game, and they find it and they break through. A crushing defeat for Aurora. God, that's the nature of competition. What a sweaty game.
What a series. 5 games for this one. Again, we wouldn't have it any other way, and man, was it a battle. And big respects here to Aurora Gaming on the innovation they brought throughout the group stages, up down here to the knockouts. And unfortunately, as the nature of competition, someone has to go home.
They push the meta forward. Was it truly their destiny to make it to the end? Onic, take that spot. Just another light snuffed out. The Sky Kings are getting back into position for a potential grand finals here. Oh,